Hello everybody, welcome to an airport in the middle of nowhere, in the California desert, somewhere outside Lancaster. We are here to visit my Ferrari. We're going to Donnie's workshop and we're going to see all the things that are wrong with my Ferrari 328 and what Donnie's going to do to fix them. Check this place out, it's sick. I thought I bought a really nice car. I still think I bought a really nice car. I came up here, you looked at it for about 45 seconds and went, oh boy. And immediately found 10 things that needed fixing, none of which were on my list of things that needed fixing.
Of course.
But you've been sending me text messages over the last 2.5 weeks or so since I dropped it off, and most of them have been not so horrible. So take me through the car. What have we done and what still needs doing and how bad is it?
Well, first off, your nose badge is chipped.
Well, that's a real problem.
Yeah, I know, that's the first thing.
Cannot,
it's all about the badging.
We cannot
it's all about the labeling.
We removed extraneous badging, you know. It had the fake fender shields. We took them off.
Oh, that's right. It came out really nice, too.
It did, because Derek, my paint corrector, is amazing.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, when I drove it, one of the first things I noticed was the brakes weren't 100%. And so that was the first clue to me. The starting was a horrible issue.
Yeah, the slow start.
The slow start, the hot start, all things that are not cool.
Yeah, did you try a couple of different cold and hot starts? Because it was kind of inconsistent with its behavior.
Yeah, it was horribly inconsistent.
So is there something you can point to go, well, inconsistency means...
Oh, no, absolutely. And it happened to be one of most of the items that should be changed.
Okay, so what was that?
Your injectors, and I'll show you on the manifold, were completely loose. One's not even in. It's just gravity fed.
Oh, good.
So, and somebody tried to fix it. I'll show you later. Someone tried to fix it with just some O-ring that would hopefully, through the vacuum, seal itself.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no, it was really cool. I've never seen that before. So it was the running issues, the gearbox issues. When I took it apart, when
gearbox issues were it went
you're selecting.
Hard into second when it was cold.
Yeah.
And occasionally reverse would grind if you didn't like double clutch it.
Well, that's pretty typical, especially cold. And it also has to do with the lube.
Okay.
I'm still trying to figure out what lube I like on 308s. My Testarossa, the lube is horrible. I don't care what temperature or whatever, and I can't wait to tear it apart, thus the stand. I didn't like the lube.
Okay.
And yours looked relatively fresh and super clean, which is nice, but I still haven't found the right lube.
Okay. What's in your car?
I put this $50 a pint, a GIP special, only certain moon phases will they make it or allow it in Italy. So like extra virgin olive gear oil.
Yeah.
And it's close, but it too isn't, in the back of my mind, being from, the old school, as they would say today, good old 90 weight.
Okay.
Good old Castrol 90 weight, which you can't get. Everything is synthetic and what have you, but just that old, thick, syrupy stuff works beautifully.
So who's got some?
Yeah, exactly.
Hit me up. Who's got that Castrol 90? Hit up your boy.
But I'm still not convinced. I'd still like to find some and put it in my box.
What are you going to put in mine?
I don't know yet. I've got a ton of red line that I bought new for the Testarossa, and I think that's what was in your car.
Because my car, it looked red.
Yeah, so I think that's their...
Is red line red?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know.
That might be a dumb question. Probably some people out there...
I don't know either.
Probably some people out there going, it's red! Yeah, okay, I don't know. I never looked at red line.
Yeah, like royal purple is purple.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
which is really strange.
All right, cool. Dye your shit, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
which is kind of
some like
a little hinky.
Oh, Agent Orange. Hot nuclear orange oil. Okay, so show me the broken things.
All right.
All right,
Well,
where else were we? So the gearbox, we're going to find the right oil. But
Well,
was it broken, or did it just need
when
fluid?
I dropped the sump cover after draining it, and telltale the marbles fall, the selector marbles and the springs and a little spacer, they all fall out. One of the marbles was missing.
Oh, good.
Where the hell is it? It's like,
What,
well,
and forgive me, what does a marble do?
it is in the selector shaft. There's a notch. There's 3 selector shafts, and they're attached to the forks, which do the various phases of reverse first, second, third, fifth, fourth, fifth.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
And there's marbles, so you'll select it, and it's a spring-loaded ball bearing that when it finds its home, it through the pressure of the spring just holds it in the notch. And it's not crazy enough so that you can just grab it and
rip it out.
Pull it out and go into another gear selection, etc. And there's 3 notches, so it'll hold neutral. I mean, one gear to another.
Yeah. So one was missing.
Yeah, which is typical.
Sweet.
And
you got a few of those laying around?
I do actually.
Okay, cool.
I have bags of them.
Okay, good.
Because that's the one thing where the greatest fear is, it falls, bink, 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 and disappears, and it's like, oh, I am screwed. So I have a bunch of the stuff that I know will go flying.
This you sent me photos of, and you were very proud of this. What are we looking at? Fuel lines?
So these are your injector lines, and they were ugly, disgusting, black. They had lost most of their cadmium plate, and the fuel distributor is right here, and these go right on top of your fuel distributor, which everyone sees. And it's ugly.
Nice and brand new.
So now it's going to look beautiful when you open the hood.
Is it just an aesthetic repair, or will it actually will it flow better because
No, it's an aesthetic repair.
Okay.
Because it's just like, And that's my thing. I do restorations.
It looks very nice.
Yeah, they did a great job.
And we have new badges.
We have new badges.
I didn't know my badges were supposed to have white in the middle of the lettering. It had been worn off, and they were silver. But
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
think
know
yours
they were
are
actually
totally,
supposed to be. Yeah. I feel bad because Derek spent a lot of time. When Derek did my paint correction, he took off the badges and really relined them up and cut out the adhesive and spent a lot of time. And he's like, hey, take these things back off. It's an engine.
So
it's
this
a
is your
transverse
engine.
V8, and it's still in the car. Because on these cars, you don't have to take the engine out to service them. Yay! Okay.
This is where that hardware goes. It goes up into the manifolds, etc. So you had a water leak.
I did.
And as you can tell by the rust and how horrible and corroded everything is, it probably lived by the beach or somewhere. Florida, I don't know where.
It started its life in the Northeast, in Boston area.
That could be a big part of it.
Was in Georgia. It sold at the Amelia Island auction, so maybe
Really?
Florida, yeah.
Oh.
They sold at Amelia Island in 2018. To
Yeah.
the guy I bought it from.
Interesting. I think I might have looked at this car.
It's possible. It's a hoe bag. It's been around.
Sure, cool.
It was displayed at Radwood, Atlanta, 2018 and 19. Okay, but so major componentry is good, not good?
Well, you've got a strong engine, so it's worth going through.
Is that because they're all strong or because I personally have a strong one?
They're all pretty strong. I've come across some real dogs where people have just flogged them into the ground and just killed them. That was notorious of the 308s in the Magnum era, because any guy who wanted to be Magnum would grab a car not knowing how to drive it and blow it up. It's like, oh man, another poor car.
But I've been told that these are kind of the same as like 80s 911 Carreras in terms of their durability. If you maintain them right, they pretty much just work.
This, if you maintain it right, will outlast any Porsche, hands down. Pepsi challenge accepted.
All right. So what are we looking at?
Well, one of the other things, this is just superfluous, is your mounts are rotten. So I've got you a couple of mounts, just to replace them.
That'll reduce vibrations here.
It helps.
Yeah.
I've never noticed it, but if I see something that's rotten, it's like just replace it.
Yeah. And you have orders to do that.
I've got you all new hoses, and they're all factory. Stuff like this, all these clamps, I have all new out of the factory bags, hose clamps. Some stuff I'll take, either I have them CAD, this one isn't even tight. Either I already have them plated.
Did you find where my leak was coming from, or was it just one of these rusted clamps or a rotted hose
I was actually going to pressure test it today.
Okay.
But you can see the leakage.
Yeah.
Where it's been. The green crystallization, what have you. These belts look a little worn.
Well, I have there was one squealy belt when I started.
Yeah, that's those, and it just needs to be tightened up.
Okay, cool.
And if it's eaten itself into its groove a little, I've got fresh to replace it.
Okay, but that's not the timing belt, that's a fan belt.
Those
right?
are fan belts.
Yeah,
Your
okay.
timing belts, you can tell sometimes by the logo on the outside of the belt how quickly it's worn away. And if this is a 200-mile service, they should be crisp and fresh.
Yeah.
And I'm going to venture to go and take this valve, this cover off, just to look, because there's an observation port and an access port to the bearing, and it looks really filthy and rusty. It should be sparkly brand new.
Huh.
So
I
I'm
have a receipt for a really big service.
how many miles ago?
It was from April of last year.
Yeah, so everything should be absolutely
It should be
tits
not
perfect
a lot of
brand new.
miles, yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I'll send it over.
So I'll look at it. I'll take a look.
I meant to send you that. I forgot to send you the service receipt on that.
You said you were sitting in traffic, and you told me the range of the heat, and I didn't like that. So I'm gonna, it's a $2 gasket, 2 minutes worth of effort. I'm gonna look at your thermostat, and it looks hinky, and I'm gonna take all this off anyways. The other thing is this fine work of art. This is your engine harness.
Oh, lovely.
So somebody's
Electrical
put
tape.
something like this on it.
I take it
and it's
this
missing.
woven thing is not
No,
factory.
that is not Ferrari.
Okay. What? I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. What should this just be?
Just this rubber underneath it.
Just the base rubber underneath
Yeah.
it. Okay, cool. Well, that's probably bad. Yeah.
And this is your harness.
That should probably plug in somewhere.
Yeah,
Or
it
is
plugs into one of the meters.
Okay.
And like this, see, this stuff is all gross and rotten. So this kind of gives me the liberty to put in a new harness.
Oh.
Again, I get them straight from the factory. Do I have one laying around?
You sent me a picture of one at some point. You did send me a photo. One does exist around here somewhere. This is probably bad. This is like it's like not even like heat wrap. It's like cable tie, or it's like I would use this on my desk. Like I organize like cables on my desk with this. That's kind of bad. Let's focus on the good. How good is the paint? Look at the interior. The interior is really nice. The interior is sweet. It's super fresh. Oh, I got a delivery notification. Did my stereo show up?
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, it's over there.
Is it? I want to see it. I got a
Absolutely.
really cool radio for this thing. I know that sounds corny. You should just listen to the engine.
Yeah.
Shut the f up. I want to listen to the radio.
That's good for about 100 miles.
Yeah, listen to the engine is good for a test drive, not when I'm like driving to Vegas or something.
The Testarossa is something.
You were looking for an engine wiring harness. Did you find it?
It's over there somewhere. I have it. I have a lot of them.
Okay.
This is a 308 harness.
Oh, fun. Here's where we get into some nerdery.
Oh, this is heavy nerdery.
Sorry.
That's
probably
yours.
mine anyway. I can kick my own engine parts.
So this is obviously factory.
Is this new old stock or just
New old stock. That's all I do is new old stock.
Like sneakerheads open up.
Wow. How much am I going to pay for a 328 one?
Couple $100.
Couple $100?
If that.
Oh, that's not so bad.
Uh-uh.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like some
it's written
scary
in
number.
Italian.
Oh, how charming. That's got to be a woman's handwriting. It's very nice.
So this is for a 308, but I'll buy like Mondial harnesses cost nothing, like $80.
Really?
And they're big harnesses. So when I go through a dash or something of this era, I'll buy some cheapo, and then in order to replace whatever's been burnt, I can replace it with the exact same wire, with the same fittings as the factory, instead of going down to Ace and buying red wire and black wire.
Yeah.
So
you said
I've
we went
got-
off topic before, but you said the brakes were not all there. Do I need pads and rotors?
Well, I'll lift the car up.
By the way, this is all in addition to the list I gave him, which was something like passenger side power mirror not working, realign passenger side door, which was a little saggy for some reason. Yeah, we haven't even got there yet. Yeah, okay.
Let's lift the car up.
Okay.
So
A little wonky.
they're just too glazed.
Okay.
I just want to cut them.
Okay.
I just want to give it a fresh face, pop the discs off, and just resurface them. And then that way you'll get a proper bind. The other thing I'm going to do is the alignment's out.
Oh.
So I'm going to have it aligned.
Yeah, cool.
And then you'll really get the full.
It didn't dry. It didn't really pull a lot or anything like that. So If it can get better, that's great. But
Oh,
it
yeah.
wasn't so bad where I was like, oh God, alignment. And I'm usually pretty sensitive to that kind of stuff.
Well,
so
when you've driven a
these
zillion
rotors
of them,
can be cut a couple of times, yeah?
yeah.
Okay.
I only usually face them, and if they're too much, then we get another set.
And how about like my shocks? They have a little life left in them?
Yeah, your shocks are cool. Your oil lines had made this horrible mess. See how wet?
Yeah, it's drippy.
So I pulled your oil lines. I'm going to have them rebuilt.
Rebuild the oil lines. Wow.
Well, redone, using the original fittings.
Okay.
I don't like this hose, but it's not really hurting anybody at the moment. That red hose I'll show you. I got it brand new from the factory. I love saying that. This is rotten and cracked.
What is that?
Fuel line from the fuel tank into the fuel pump.
Oh, good.
So.
Sounds like a great place to have a fire start.
Exactly. So I'm going to take your fuel system out and completely rebuild it with a new accumulator and new fuel pump. It looks like someone threw a new fuel pump in there, probably to rectify what was wrong. So if the fuel pump's cool, we may or may not use it. I haven't heard an exhaust leak, but somebody right there.
Where that sensor or something is plugged in?
Well, it's an air injector.
Oh.
So the air injector pipes always rot. Mm-hmm. No, actually, that's a sensor. No one ever uses them. So they rot and they break and they make a horrible noise, and somebody stuck a fucking Phillips screw in there. Which, hey, cool, it'll work. No one sees it. Who cares? We can go down the road without the noise. If anything, what I've done is I've taken the manifolds off and I have those cut and plugged, welded.
Okay.
Just welded in.
Okay, sure.
So it's not
Whatever
that
you
big a
say,
deal.
man.
I know, welcome to my world. What'd you pay for this?
The car?
You're in very good hands. Let's put it that way.
I thought I got it for a good price. I thought, maybe not. Maybe it wasn't a good price.
No, you're cool. The car is nice.
I told you how much this was. It's a nice car, I think.
No, this is a great car.
Yeah.
No, I was just being a smart ass.
Oh yeah. What percentage of cars that people buy and then bring to you have this type of shit that you find? Like all of them, basically?
They all have some extent of deferred maintenance as each other. Mm-hmm. One guy has enough money to do this at some point and then is fed up. God knows what happens in their lives.
Right.
Boxers, when they hit their 30,000 mile point at 4 years old or 5 years old, their price is now half of what they paid for it, and the service is almost as much as the car is worth, so they go in the back of the garages, and then I find them like this, where they've sat in garages forever.
Yeah, all right, well, deferred maintenance ends now. We will do all the recommended maintenance, and we will do all the necessary maintenance, and then we will drive. And
Well,
we will do
that's
the
what's
maintenance.
beautiful, is that silver 328 I have in Europe. Mm-hmm. It was a dog. It had been beaten and left out to die and starved and just horrible. And it took a long time, but I brought it back to absolute perfection. Shocks, brakes, I went through everything. That car is so fucking sweet right now. It's impossible to not drive it.
Yeah.
You just drive because it's such a rush.
This is going to be my daily driver, so...
And that's the thing.
sooner you finish
Once
it.
you start driving it, it keeps it alive. You cannot not drive these things.
What's that?
Oh wow, I think it came off my thing.
Oh.
No, it didn't.
It didn't. Well, it came off someone else's light. It was sitting on the grate right here. Look, we have fresh. So look, we have fresh badge for the nose. Mm-hmm. We've got fresh badge for the rear, which is very important. This will look good. The black-white on the black is good. We got filters. We got plugs.
I got you.
That's my engine intake manifold. Oh, new spark plugs.
sparks.
Nice.
Accumulator.
What is that?
That's off Montreal Alfa Romeo.
Okay. Oh, that's the accumulator?
I got you a lambda sensor. These are things that it's like, fuck it, just fix it.
Yeah.
Because it's at the point of such deterioration.
Yeah.
This is your old cold start, so I have a new one for you.
Oh, okay.
They're about
Is it literally
1,500.
a cold start module?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's what do you call it? It's about $1,500 in the factory.
Oh. Cold start module. Okay.
I got another. Well, I have a lot of these fuel pumps. So if yours is cool, I'll leave
nice
it.
looking
If not,
fuel pump, actually. Cool.
they used to be bigger.
Where's that radio? I really want to see that. That's cool. No, because that's a good visual. It's an awesome looking thing.
All right, you want to see the radio? Or you want to see the other car?
No, I want to see this.
Okay.
Belts. So is that our squealer right there?
Yeah,
This
the
belt?
little one is the squealer. Yeah,
Now, we
nice
call it a
and
fan
loose.
belt, but there's actually no fucking fan over here, right? My fans are electric and they're in the front.
Huh.
As far as I know.
Yeah, aftermarket water pump. The
Oh, just found another.
well, no, it's cool. If it works, it works.
Well, we talked about temperature management is the reason we started talking about a water pump because,
So you see in here, the bearing,
yeah.
that should be fresh and crisp. So this leads me to want to go in there and see what the hell's going on. That's just a bolt and everything, but it's holding the body of the bearing. It's like, I don't know. Little telltales, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know. That's why I'm here. Because I don't know nothing.
These are cool.
I bought this Alpine. This was the nicest one that Crutchfield sold. But it wasn't good enough. This is the only speakers that you can buy that fit a 328. They're the only, there's one, it's a size they don't make anymore. And the company's called Audio Frog. And the guy was like, all right. But this is what's up. This is called the Blaupunkt Bremen. Had to get this used, or not used, new, but from Germany. This thing looks just like the
it sure
radio
does.
that would have come in period.
Like a Phoenix.
Exactly, except instead of a cassette deck, that thing flips up and it's USB ports. So this is Bluetooth, USB.
Really?
Yeah, Bluetooth and USB ready to go.
Okay, we gotta
and
see this.
And it looks just like the period deck. This is very exciting. This is sold out on to buy new. I had to get it from Germany, secondhand.
Look how small,
And look how
it
small it
is.
is. Awesome, right?
Yeah, I've got a Phoenix.
You have the original, probably. Yeah. So
And
this
those
is
are $1,300, $1,500 for a good one.
well. This is $550 on eBay
Oh yeah, that works.
with a and look,
That's insane.
super sick, right?
That's ship and everything.
So G. This was expensive. This was for $550.
Yeah, which is
for a
big
little
money.
deck. This Alpine was $189, and Crutchfield said this is the best unit they sell.
What are we going to do for an amp?
I don't think with these speakers that this requires the use of an amp. I think you can run
50
these.
at 50 watts.
Yeah, all you got is 2 6s and 2 tweeters. You're good.
All right, so here's my little show and tell.
Oh, here we go. Look, yay parts.
So here,
Oh, as I knock over my latch. My new,
yeah, I got your new
That's
latch.
my new my engine bonnet latch was busted. So this one feels nice. It's a good one.
so these are all wiggly loose.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's bad. So that's not supposed to.
Well, and you see, okay, you can see the the body of it and how it sits. Here's that one I said somebody put a rubber on top. And you can almost pull it right out.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job.
Okay. Well, so that's bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
Okay. So they're not supposed to just pull out freely. You're saying?
So I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to put in, and for the price, I got new injectors for you.
No. Okay. This is the new injector.
Here's your new.
All right. Cool. Well, they certainly look a lot better.
All new rubbers,
Nice.
new clips. These clips are like 6 cents.
Yes.
These are like 85 cents.
I don't know
These
if I can
are
afford it.
40 cents. These are actually
Those are real
80
money.
bucks or something
Each or for all of them?
each.
Those are $80 each.
60. I don't know. I got to look.
Wow.
This was a couple $100.
Oh, that's
Worth
the
its
new
weight
cold
in
start.
gold.
The cold start thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
What is this?
Okay. These are good.
Here's a new speedo sender. Oh, your speedo was bouncing.
Oh yeah, bouncy speedo.
So when I looked underneath, you could see that the seal around it was leaking like a sieve.
So what? Forgive me. I don't really know how
So this
speedometers
was all wet.
work properly.
It's a pulse pickup.
Oh, okay. So where it plugs in was wet.
Well, the whole seal.
Oh.
So somehow it's deteriorated.
Okay. Well, that certainly explains that. Better than taking the whole dash apart.
Yeah, well, it's not that big a deal either.
Well, is it a good time to let you know that like all my dash lights are out?
Oh, yeah, thanks for reminding me. So, that's also not a big deal.
There's basically no lights behind the gauges right now, which is okay.
I'm doing that.
Officer, I just can't see my gauges. It's perfect for me.
The 308 are dim,
Yeah.
naturally. The 328 are nice and orange.
Oh,
and
really?
like,
Oh, well, then they just all the bulbs are dead.
so
In that case.
I just went through
Got some more of that. Oh,
and had all these restored,
this is
and all the bulbs are dead,
the clock. Actually, my clock works.
which is a miracle.
The clock does. My clock
That
does
is a
work.
miracle.
Yeah, which is cool.
So to pull the dash out and replace the lights, or I pulled it. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's a
Yeah.
Daytona. The whole thing just comes out as a unit. That's what it's meant to be.
Okay, cool.
Pull it out, drop it off at my guy. A week later, he's taken it apart, cleaned everything inside so it's all crisp and fresh.
Oh, cool.
And put new bulbs and checked everything.
Sounds awesome. Yeah,
So-
sold.
and he doesn't
Sold on
charge that much. Okay, good.
Sold on that. We'll do that.
Anyways, I got you new lines. That's your new hose.
Gaskets.
Hardware again,
Header
factory out of the
gasket.
bag.
Factory. Are these head studs? Valve cover?
No, they're for
Oh,
actually these.
Oh, they're for that. Okay, cool.
Got your rubbers for these.
Cool.
And I
Yay,
think goes
new
in
parts.
there. New bushings.
Sweet. How exciting.
Lots of new stuff.
Very exciting.
That's the only way to go. Why would I put dirty hardware?
No, back in? You wouldn't.
These
My
are
man-
4 cents a piece from Ferrari in a part numbered bag with
Yeah.
a logo that's delivered to my door. So
You know what your
it's
time is
like,
worth. Good for you.
What the
Excellent. All right. Well, I'm going to let you get back to your work,
Cool.
and I'll see you before you leave for Europe on February.
Definitely.
My man, Donnie Callaway. Let's go back to LA, over the hill.
And remember, always fight your tickets. Use code TST10 on the Off the Record app available in the Android and iOS store, or go to offtherecord.com/TST.